From Super League to Olympic distance to age group world records to Kona. Go longer with the right fuel at the right time with SFuels.
This is a phenomenal bike ride, and I can tell you he's so casual. This is his first time he's ever biked the full 112 miles here in Hawaii. He's never been up to the turn in Harvey. He's certainly been up there today. Doesn't he look...
Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from beautiful St. George. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, HOKA, Let's Fly, SFuels, Go Longer, Biostarks.com, the code BWB10 for a 10% discount, Quintanaroo, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zions Bank, Premium Plus Sports, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, really one of the most fascinating stories we've ever had on our show. Mr. Elmar Sprink joins us from beautiful Germany. How you doing, Elmar?
Oh, I'm fine. It was a long flight on Sunday, but I made it. And I was supposed that the weather is a bit colder than I thought. So but I hope to make it on Saturday.
So you like Kona weather? You like hot?
Yeah, I like Kona weather, like 30 degrees or a little bit more. So I don't want to freeze on the bike.
Well, and there's a good chance here because the water temperature is so much warmer than the air temperature. Yeah. So when you come out of the swim, you're going to make sure that you've got socks, long sleeves.
I will do that. So it's not about 5 minutes transition, more or less, for me.
Who
so
cares?
I made it to here, so it's all about.
That's what it's about, getting the finish line.
Yeah.
Well, especially we're talking about, you got in the triathlon in 2004. And what was it that got you in the triathlon?
Actually, I played soccer for a long time, like kids in Germany always do. And then I started with running. I did my first marathon in 2001. And then I got some small back problems, so my orthopedic doctor said I should go for a swim. So I started swimming, and then I moved to Cologne. I went to the SV Köln. It's a triathlon club there. And I went into it, and then did my first. Yeah, I loved it, and did my first sprint triathlon in 2004. And I was second last in the water, and the older guy was with reading glasses in the water. So and then I wanted to be faster in swimming and biking and running. And
so you're wearing reading glasses in the water?
Not me, the older guy.
Oh, the guy who you beat.
Yeah. I was the second one, and he was the last one. I was the second last one.
So
in the
his
water.
head was out of the water.
He was like swimming like this. So.
That is really funny. So then 2010, you have a cardiac arrest at home.
At home.
Any history of heart issues or anything like that?
No, not really. Not in the family. I had some problems like in that season, let's say it. So I was running the year before, like the 10K in 36 minutes.
Yes.
And then I was running it in 39 minutes. So, but I went to the cardiologist to get everything checked. But I had some smaller breathing problems. But I'm allergic against trees in April. So they said my heart is completely fine. So I should go, don't worry about anything. And then I did Ironman Austria in that year, and at the half marathon I didn't feel good, so my heart rate was higher, but I thought it's like a kind of used day.
A little tired, overtraining,
stomach
whatever,
problems. So I said, okay, that's not my day. I stop it here. And then I went home, and 10 days later I wanted actually to go for a run with my neighbor. I worked from home at my home office.
Yes.
And then I got a cardiac arrest on my sofa watching the Tour de France. And my wife was there, and she went to the neighbor, and he's a doctor, and he brought me back to life. And I woke up in the hospital.
Yes.
The 2 hours were completely missing.
So if you were home alone, you wouldn't be with us.
No.
Yes. No. And if your neighbor wasn't a doctor.
Maybe, I don't know, if someone else should have done it. And the ambulance came 7-8 minutes later. We lived in a big city in Cologne. So the chance being alive could be.
So what did, at that point, what did the doctor say? At that point, did they say you needed a new heart?
No,
not
no.
really.
The pump function came back to normal, and then I went out of hospital. I went back to the job. And then I got problems again in 2011. And then the heart function got weaker and weaker, and they didn't know until today what happened with the heart.
They don't know.
No, they took biopsies, and there was no myocarditis, so no inflammation of the heart. Like if you have a cold or something, race, it could be
right.
Destroy your heart. It was not from the family side, genetic test, everything. It's just unclear in 25% of cases like me, young people, 38 years old, and then in April, then it was clear if it's going to be like this, I will need a new heart. But it really got worse. I came in the end of 2011. I came to the transplant center, and then I had a cardiac arrest there again. And then I had a major surgery, about like 10 hours, and they wanted to install a pump to help me, like a bridge to transplant.
Yes.
Yeah, and a little pump on the left ventricle, but they saw the heart is completely damaged. So they put me on an ECMO. It's a small heart-lung machine. I had tubes inside my leg and my body, and I stayed on that machine 3.5 months. So in total, I stayed 7 months bed rest.
7 months did you?
I was just in the same position.
And you're thinking that I will never be an athlete again.
No, not really.
You're trying to live.
Yeah, not really. The doctors always said, because they knew my background, they say you will get a good heart and you can do everything you did before. And
they did say that.
They said maybe because of positive thinking.
Right.
If you are staying there mentally, you are. Yeah, there are days you're really broken. Yeah.
Of course.
And they said
Wow.
You can, and I said okay, and then I got the new heart on the 9th of June, and 2 weeks later I tried to sit on my bed. It was not possible. I had to learn to sit, to stand up, to walk, and 1 year later I did the same triathlon I did in 2004 with a guy in the pool with reading glasses. I did the same sprint distance again, and then a year later Ironman Frankfurt again, and then I got the invitation from Andrew Messick for Kona. So I raced Kona in 2014. That was 2 years after I learned everything again. Yeah.
So when you're dealing with that, and you don't know, first of all, do you know the level of who was the person? Nothing.
That's a law in Germany. That's a law in Germany that you don't know the family. In the US is different.
You can track it down.
The donor family will get the recipient's address, and they can send a letter or not.
Right.
So,
but you've never heard.
No, never heard. In the ideal case,
it really doesn't matter. Who cares?
No, it's the hardest. It's not from an athlete. It's normal size. So I got really fit again. So all over the world, people are like medical guys are interested. So I'm flying to a professor who is into my story to Edmonton next Sunday, giving a talk there. So it's really interesting for them that. My nerves grow back, so if you get a new heart, the nerves are cut.
Right.
So if you exercise, like 5 minutes later, it starts to accelerate the heart rate.
Right.
So it's not possible to do something like this. So in average, 140 heart rate is the highest heart rate people can do for 1 minute. I do that for 10, 11 hours.
So they tell you can only do 140 heart rate for a few minutes, and you do it for an Ironman.
Yeah. In 1.5 years after the transplant, I felt that the nerves grew back. So my resting heart rate is lower than 50, and my maximum is over 180. So I started training with a power meter first, because it's always like the response is not that quick. So it's always, for me, it's good if I go into a hill.
Right.
And then I know, okay, I can do 240 watt or 230 watt, and then it's easier for me looking to the heart rate. It takes a few seconds longer. So that's good. I've done the Cape Epic this year. That's quite hard, and that's good to see the power meter then for me.
So you did Cape Epic. How many Ironmans have you done?
With
your new heart?
With the new heart, I did my 9th Ironman in Canada this year, and I've done 1770.3.
1770.3. And also snowboarding and some of the other
and I did this year was doing 11 4,000 meter peaks in Switzerland. So I did altitude climbing.
That
so
is
it was
amazing.
Fun. So
good for you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always each day is like a gift.
I mean, do you look at it that way? That every day, I better enjoy every day because I could have died on the couch.
Yeah, I always like if people say I have like. An institute which is writing training plans and stuff for me, and I'm really as the coach of Patrick Lange. Actually,
Patrick Lange is coaching you.
Yeah, no. Björn is the owner of the company, but he wrote plans in 2014 when I did Kona. He was doing plans for me, but now it's the other guy from the company.
Right.
But if I talk to lots of age group athletes, they always, if you ask what are you doing today, yeah? And they say, I must run 15K, and I hate this.
You don't ever say must.
I don't. No, must is like I don't have to do it. I
No.
mean, it's fun to do it, yeah, and it's nice
You
that I
want
can
to do it.
Yeah.
It's what,
Yeah,
because it's
different.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Because people start looking at training as work. That's why I never like the word training. It's like,
Now, if you
you're
are
going out to play.
professional, maybe then
Yes.
it's better to do it, yeah, because it's your job. But in my case, it's different.
So wait, and then you had in 2015 and 16 a camera crew from the UK. They were with you for 40 days.
Yes,
And
yeah,
just to follow what you were doing.
we did it like a small documentary.
Yes.
From time to time, I have camera crews with me, like in the World Championship in Nice.
Yes.
There was some guys filming, and so yeah, they're always like interest.
Are the doctors surprised at how well you're doing and just how much heart function you have now?
Yeah. It's 10 years post-transplant this year, and if you look at 40% are already dead.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's like I hate like statistics, because they're always like people which are in really bad shape and then get a new heart and they live only 1 or 2 years. So yeah, but it's still. I mean, I got 50 years old and I've still the same. If I do tests, I've still the same FTP. Like I've still the output is still the same. I'm very good. Getting older, I'm getting fitter, and so that's my advantage against all the other guys in age group 50. Now I'm getting always like better. So hopefully maybe I can do it by my own to get to Kona and maybe next year.
So that's what you're trying to do, is you want to qualify, get back to Kona?
Yeah, next year the World Transplant Games are in Australia, and I'm giving a talk in Australia, and I'm the defending champion, and I won twice in triathlon, the world champion title in triathlon. That's the Transplant Games.
Yes.
Racing against the lung from Austria and
Yes.
the kidney from, and I will do the 70.3, and Ironman Australia invited me to Port McKay. And I will try to get a slot there. So I don't know if it's possible, but from December on, I will do it a little bit more serious, not mountain biking and no climbing.
You'll be focusing just on triathlon.
Maybe a little bit more core, more swimming.
Yes.
And I'm just like in Canada, I'm missing like 20-25 minutes. So that's still that's possible maybe.
You can get that.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
So I don't. If it's not, then I at least I tried it. I really like to go to Kona again. So
what's your goal here?
It's funny. I hope my friend, which I'm here, we're always like close, and he's a better swimmer. So the only goal is to beat him.
Yeah.
It's funny. So we're always doing that, and it's fun. So if he will win against me like 5 minutes, and it's
who
nice.
cares?
Who cares? I will really have fun, and
That's very cool.
That's my goal.
I love it. Elmar, always a pleasure to chat with you.
Yeah, thanks. Having me here.
I appreciate it again. Elmar Sprink has been our guest, and you follow him on race day. What race number are you?
It's 3019, I think. But the people, if people like to follow me on Instagram, it's just my name. They can do that and
love it.
Follow my journey.
Your journey's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. Elmar Sprink has been our guest, everybody. Again, this is Breakfast with Bob from beautiful St. George, Utah. Hold on. We will be right back.